So here's the EverStart maxx 40 amps engine start, 15 amps rapid charge, and 3 amps maintainer. And then you will see the alternator check button, the battery recondition button, the engine start button, and the charge or voltage button. And those are the primary use of this EverStart Max unit. At the back of the unit is the 120-volt AC cord storage tabs, and you do have the 120-volt AC plug. And then you have the negative black clamp and the positive, which is the red clamp. And just a quick reminder, never allow the clamps to touch each other once you have powered the unit on. So if you lost the manual on this one, you do have a way of getting one at manualslive.com, and then type model BC40BE. And here's the manual that you will find when you go to the manualslive.com. So I've used the using the engine start function already when my battery died. So here's the steps. First is you will make sure that you plug the battery charger's power cord into the AC outlet, and then that diagram there, it's gonna show that your battery, the charger, is now in standby mode. So it has to look like that. The LCD screen will display, the clamp icon will flash, the empty battery icon, and the gauge without the pointer will light, just exactly like that. And your battery clamps, the charger's battery clamps, are color coded, so make sure the red is positive, black is negative. So you're gonna connect the battery clamps to the corresponding connectors in your car. So if the clamps are correctly connected with regard to polarity and the unit is properly connected to the AC outlet, the unit will be in standby mode, and the LCD screen will display the following. The clamp icons, arrow icons, the battery icon, and the gauge without the pointer light is solid. So it's not gonna flash. So it's gonna be like that, solid. So here's what's gonna happen if the clamps are incorrectly connected with regard to the polarity. So the LCD screen will display the following, and you'll see it. The plus and the minus inside the battery icon and the volt icon will flash, and the clamp icons, the battery icon, and the gauge without the pointer will light. So you will also hear a warning sound. So after that, you can now press the engine start button. Once you press the engine start button, the LCD screen will display the following. Just exactly the same as what you're seeing on the screen. So the battery charge gauge will indicate the battery's current charge status, and then the engine start icon, clamp icons, and battery icon, it's gonna light solid. On the bars on the battery icon will change from empty to solid. And it's going to do it repeatedly, and the arrow icons will gradually and repeatedly move downward to the battery icon. So the countdown is going to be from 60 to 0. And then when you reach 0, a beep will sound. Engine start icon will begin flashing. The vehicle, your car, is now ready to start. So you will now crank the engine using your car guidelines in 3 to 5 second bursts. The digital display should show 5 second, indicating that there's a 5-second countdown. And after starting or cranking your car, the unit will automatically adjust the charging current to 3 amps. It's gonna stay for 5 minutes and then revert to charging mode. And after that, you just have to remember some important information.
It requires a resting or cooling period between attempts. This is if your car does not start after the first attempt, so you have to rest it a little bit. You can wait 4 to 5 minutes before a second attempt at starting the engine. That is only if needed. I only had to use it once. I started it, I waited for the battery to charge, and then I disconnected after. So once you're sure that your car battery has enough charge already to run on its own, you can now stop charging. That is what I did. And then you have to disconnect the cord, of course, and remove those clamps from the battery terminal. And then if the unit will not charge, your battery will not charge, you have to keep checking if the connections are secure. And you also need to check that the charger is properly connected to a live 120 volt AC outlet. And lastly, if the battery to be charged has fallen below 2 volts, that would mean that the battery cannot be recharged with this charger.